I wonder how that would work for anybody else, someone said to me. She was referring to the storyline postulated in the seasonal classic movie, It's a Wonderful Life. I haven't saved anybody's life, she said. I haven't really done anything. It's a legitimate question. George Bailey, played by the ever-engaging Jimmy Stewart, has saved at least 2 lives and propped up countless others. He is a person who is worthy of canonization as a saint. His entire life he sacrificed everything for the sake of others. Even his potential suicide is selfless, planned with others to benefit in mind. He had a dream of traveling around the world. He gave that up to run the Building and Loan Association. When he got married, he gave up his honeymoon for the sake of the Building and Loan Association. When he gets into financial trouble, it's not his fault. The blame lies with his Uncle Billy, a lovable old codger with the brain of a 2-year-old, as big a pain in George Bailey's ass as that Building and Loan Association is an anchor around his neck. George Bailey spent his entire life saving other people, sometimes literally, other times economically. The man was bailing people out long before anyone had ever heard of a stimulus package. Bailey, get it? And if he would be difficult to replicate today, so would the town of Bedford Falls. The urge to selflessness, charity, forgiveness, and sharing is not as strong in the fierce, impersonal urban climate as it is in the intimate rural community. It's likely that if you made It's a Wonderful Life today, that you might call it The Wolf of Wall Street, full of not heartwarming sentiment, but craven cocks and blowjobs. How would the movie work if the angel Clarence was sent to assist, not the already angelic George Bailey, but the other financier in the picture, Henry Potter? Now there's a man who could use some salvation. What would the world be like if Henry Potter had never existed? And that's exactly the question the person who was speaking to me had posed. George Bailey is a perfect setup. He's led, in fact, a wonderful life. He's a wonderful person. His every decision was, morally, a thing of beauty. Clarence was exceedingly fortunate in his assignment. What if he'd been given, well, me, for instance? I'm not a terrible person, but I've done some bad things in my life. I've hurt people, made some sloppy, hasty, petty decisions I fervently wish I could have back. How would Clarence fare if he came back and tried to save me, showed me how the world would look if I had never been born? He would not have the advantage of the tiny, homey, manageable slice of life in Bedford Falls. My world, if not exactly the brazen sleaze of Pottersville, is not an uplifting small town, but the homogenized blur of profit, subdivisions, strip malls, convenience stores, and bargain barns. And if I hadn't been there, I think it would have turned out exactly the same. Location matters. Bedford Falls is very much like Grover's Corners in our town, and the result of your investigation into the nature of human nature is very much determined by your choice of locale. And there it is, there you have it. If you looked at how the world would be without me, or without you, if I may be so bold, or without, say, one of the black residents of Bedford Falls, oh wait, there weren't any. Back then they were still dreaming of a white Christmas. Anyway, other than a few minor blips, it would be exactly the same, and the story would not be titled, It's a Wonderful Life. That's the Hollywood version. It would be more like, Here's Another Life, a little rubber-stamped life with its tiny ups and downs, not unlike so many other lives, like the burger patties in a bun that you can order at any drive-thru. I'm not the richest man in Bedford Falls, and friends are valuable, no question. But if you're out of work and the bank is foreclosing on your house, I don't think friends are going to step up and save you. Clarence's job is a tough one if he doesn't draw the truly wonderful George Bailey. Anybody else, and it's likely that Clarence doesn't ring a bell. He's still stuck as an angel second class, awaiting his Christmas miracle.